Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We've started over, but there's a reason I did. Um, I thought so. Um, I found a new animal extension pack. I will post a link in the bottom, um, and I'll show you the cows I have. Some would already know, of course, just because if you follow any sort of news, uh, any sort of news, and I'm struggling. We're going this view. Um, and any, I guess, Facebook pages or whatnot, you would see, you would know whose it is. Um, but once we get done with this wheat, uh, we'll be going back to the farm and we'll definitely be showing you. I'm running a lot of older 90s and older equipment. I don't have the Gleaner Combine. I have the 8820 Titan 2, and the only reason is the row crops. I should have picked that head up, but I didn't. That's the only reason I am running it. Um, a lot of things I've been doing. I've been very busy trying to get things done. Um, but the other thing that I've been working on, and I've got some space left on it, is I went and got a G Portal um, account. Well, I've always had one, but I've paid for it, and I've upgraded the account to have some room. I'm thinking about doing a role play series. It's going to have a mixture, so it's kind of going to have to be somebody that I think would have kids because I have my son and his friend on there now. We're just playing around, but there is a map that we're really waiting on. Just because we know I'm part of a lot of Patreons, so there's a map that's in the works by somebody that a lot of people do know, um, really do know. It's so if that's something of all my viewers want to do, let me know. We'll talk. We'll I'll even let you get in there and play around with us just for something fun to do as we're waiting on it. And it's going to be something we will record. So I guess any of my followers that follow me that do record themselves that want to grow. I mean, I'm not very big myself, but I think doing role play and recording that is going to help both channels. So it's something that I've thought of, and there's a lot of people my age, and there's some kids. I mean, the kids that's on it with me are the 15, 16 age range. But it'd be kind of fun. I think it would it would bring a difference to it. Just because you can almost have the family farms kind of thing. Um, and if the kids could do things, I mean, it depends on the map, it depends on what all there is. They can, you know, do what kids do. Um, so that's something I've been really toying with, and we've been working on. Really have. Um, So, you know, it's it it could be fun. So, I mean, if you're somebody that does all that and everything, let me know. We'll discuss stuff and I'll let you know the details on what we're might be waiting on or whatever and all this. But I'm still on Tahelton County. I have done some upgrades to the computer, or I should say my boy did for me. Um, I kind of can tell a difference. I definitely can tell a difference when I get into the game, I guess. Um, so I've done some of that. As I said, I've upgraded, and the only reason, man, once I get in a wheat like this, it seems to be very dry, and I'm missing spots. Um, so we'll check all that out. I'm almost done here. Uh, we're gonna have to bale all this straw. Um, as you can see in the top corner, I really only have $90,000 until I get a lot of this ran. But there's a cornfield right there. Um, that's that's my silage field, and I'm plotting with doing maize and corn silage from it. So if that's the case, next month we're going to do that. I do have an alfalfa field on the other side of the a barn. That barn right there, I do own. It does have a pasture on it, so I have well, I have the bull calves already bought, and then when they're bigger, they'll go there. And I have some of the heifer calves bought. I'm plotting getting older heifers to but to start the dairy, but I'm going to have so much different breeds. I also have some tree work to do today after I get this done. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to run out here and start bailing or not. I have the capability of doing both. And we're done, guys. Whoa. We're done. So let's load in the truck. I'll keep the combine out here and take the truck in. I'll hold on to the wheat and until we need to sell it. But the other thing I like about this combine, it does have simple IC to it, so I can take it in the shop and really look like I'm working on it. So if you know any other mods like that, I think I've got a truck mod that the doors do it. I don't know if the hood lifts up on it or not. But if you know of any other mods like that, just let me know. I think it's great that we can do more realistic stuff anymore. Um, just because I grew up doing this kind of stuff, farming. So, and I do it somewhat now, I guess. Um, but not to the extent of what we're playing on this. So, all right. Let's get in the old international 1800. I'll say this thing's almost full. I've got to do some work. Well, if I guess in between really harvesting crops and the silage, because there's the silage field. But I'll show you what I mean. I've got some work to do. I've got to go around like this and almost pray in spots, especially depends on what I'm driving in, to get to that field to get out. And normally I find the best spot, and of course I'm in this truck, so I'm going to be better off to probably right here. There we go. And I do own that field over there, and like I said, I own that barn back there. And we'll show you that barn when I move the bulls over there when they're older. Uh, we're not in the same spot I built before. Right now, I'm across. So with the small farm I had going on at the time, uh, I own those fields, but the fields I'm at, I did not own. So, uh, yeah, I built like right straight back there. I've built a farm on this one where I'm at, and I think this series, being that I've updated the animals to be more, um, to be better in a sense, I think that's I'm going to stay. Um, I've upgraded the computer a little bit, or I should say, my boy has. So when it comes to the driving, or what it seems so far, it's the first time I played on it since he's did the stuff. Um, I think it's going to work. It's just I'm going to be a faster speed when it comes to everything because of the revolutions, and I mean it's more RAM. I mean that's so I think I'll not have to wait for it to upload. I guess they're gonna have spots, and probably that one right there is when it was saving because how I have it saved. You could see some of the barns just there off, well, right there. So we're gonna pull this in and park it, and we'll show you what we have, and then I'll go from there. But I I can't drive. Um, and then I'll figure out what bin this is going in, and stuff like that. But a lot of times before I did the upgrade or had the upgrade, when I would turn here in the train and my buildings and all that, it just lagged it down. But we'll see how this goes. So I I've got some new different equipment than I normally do also, but not not much. The truck, we'll show you the truck. Someone posted it, made it, and I had to have it. Uh, just because of you know the old school things. So let me pull this here because I'm gonna have to go in there and switch bins around and stuff. But I'm gonna turn that off. We're gonna start over here at the house. I haven't got my dog yet, but my truck is this old International with the cat diesel. It is a beast of a truck. I've toured with. What did I run over? Oh, my plant. The wife is going to be mad. Oh well, we'll fix that. It's not on the pot, but I'm almost touring with getting a gas one to fix up for playing. I mean, there's a track that might be uh, might be fun to do, but we'll see. Of course, this is the shop. I went with this trailer by Tri-State, I think it's the modder, who does a lot of the construction stuff. The winch really helps me with that, I guess, because you know, and how the straps are. I mean, look at that. So we're definitely gonna play with that. I do have a loader in here. It's the old Ford NAA. I had one growing up, but it wasn't a forklift. I would love to find not an 8N. I know of an 8N out there, but an NAA like this that doesn't have the forklift of kind of thing for a small tractor. As we're making our way this way, I've put this barn in for like the garden equipment, and it has the wood shop up top, so that's good. We're gonna run this Bobcat 863, but we have all this attachment. There's the mower for the yard, all these attachments, and there's one other thing that I've watched a video, and it was Buck that he talked about this being a must-have for land clearing and stuff for skid steers, and he had it in one of his series. So I got to try it, and I'll show you why here in a minute once we get there. This barn has, well, I still run some ACO. I mean, here's the planting tractor, here's tillage tractor. I'm gonna run this Moline for the hay tractor and stuff. Here's my planters. Combine sits right there too, but we're not running big equipment, but we have some big fields, so some of it could be fun. There's my silage chopper and hay equipment, and here's more hay equipment. I'm going with this grain system, the 5 bin one, which while we're here, let's go in here and um bin one I'll put the wheat. So there we go. So when I get there, it'd be good. It I like I like when you can control like that. So and I've done it to where I can use the truck and drive over it or back up to it, however. I'm going with this barn for the dairy barn. Yes, it has the static cows. It's not going to match the cows I have, but it's matching what I want done. I'm going with the Pleasant Farm steer heifer barn. Um, so it's going to work. I have that feed room. It's going to be full of different things and pallets and stuff eventually. And this is the cart for feeding in there. Now I have this for group of cows because I would have like older one, younger ones, stuff like that. And now you know why I need to use that skid steer is this area here. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do before I get into this barn because this is where I have to drive through to unload. So all back through there and around, I've got to do a lot of that stuff. So, and then here's the calf barn. Now here is why I had to restart. I'm going to put all my hay here, round bales. I should put another one down for straw, but I may square bale those. Then again, I may have to do some round bales. We may have to put a second one down. The animal extension pack I got gives me 15 cows. So I have Guernseys, I have Brown Swiss, I have Shorthorn. No, I don't. I've got Jerseys, Guernseys, and Brown Swiss. I'm thinking of Shorthorn. They are black in this series, in this pack, but because they might be dairy, but they're kind of more beefy looking. but that's why I did that. I don't have the typical Holsteins. I don't have the typical Brown Swiss. This is all on his. Um, I like the fact they have ear tags. I like the fact that they, the different breeds. So, yeah, that's why we went that way. And we have a silage or the manure pit back here. So, that's another reason I've got to do some work around here and, all this. So, anyhow, we've created it. We've we've got it going and all that. So if I think I'm going to call this an end of the video. Oh, and my manure pit when I clean out barns. Um, call this an end of the video. We are going to well, I luckily I made a path here to get around because that right there is going to be tough to get silage wagons. So we'll come around the barn like this. Um, but yeah, we're going to call this a video. We're going to see what we can get done on this day. Uh, if you want to see more of this, hit a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this series, hit a thumbs up. I've got some plans, and I told you there's other plans that I got going on for the server. So if you want to join, and I think one has told me, but it was a while ago, and I got to look it up. But anyhow, um, just let me know. We will. Um, we'll talk. Sorry, I was looking something over. We will talk, and we will go from there. So, and I still got room for mods, so we can tailor it to however you want. And it's not something we can always play on every day, but maybe three times a week we can play on it, record once, whatever. I like to dump at least a video a day, or not a day, a video a week, and start going from there. So, anyhow, have a great weekend, and let me know if you decide anything.